Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for this video I have a bit of a different intro because I was editing the video last night and I noticed that I had a bit of a powder accident, so I wanted to explain that one. So most of these products, it was the first time I was using and so I didn't know how they were gonna look on my face or what kind of pigmentation they had. So yeah, it's most like it's a first impression and a one brand tutorial. I'm gonna get in the details after the whole video, after you see the whole application of the products. But basically the major thing that I noticed while I was editing was the flashback, the flashback that there was with the setting powder. So this is the setting powder that I use, is from the Pro line of Revolution, and I never used it before. I thought it was more fine and it was gonna melt better into the skin, and I applied it just as I apply normally my powder when I set my makeup. But what happened is that it didn't melt in the skin properly and I didn't notice, and then I noticed while I was re-watching the video and I could see that like all this part was white, and depending from how the light was hitting the face you could notice it more or less, but it was still there. So I could have reshoot the video, but then it wouldn't have been a first impression anymore, and I wanted to show as well that you have to be careful when you use powders that you actually don't know how they're gonna act on the skin. So yeah, this is the first thing. Second thing, this is a first impression. So some of the products I liked, some of the products I didn't like. That doesn't mean that they're rubbish. I do like Makeup Revolution, I do like their products. I actually think that like some of the products have a good value for money. And yeah, this is it for the intro. I'm gonna leave you to the video. Enjoy. Hi guys, my name is Valentina and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna do a makeup tutorial with one brand. So I went to Superdrugs yesterday and I got my Revolution little basket of products. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Right, so I already moisturized my skin. Now I'm gonna prep it. No, I'm not gonna prep it, I'm gonna prime it with the primer that I got, and this is the Ultra Face Base Primer 24-hour makeup protection. Oh, it looks like the Baby Skin by Maybelline. And the only thing I forgot to buy is the eyeshadow primer. So for that one we're gonna use the concealer. Alright, so as foundation I'm gonna use the Conceal and Define foundation, and I'm in the color F10. This is the applicator. So I put a bit on the back of my hand, and I'm not gonna use Revolution brushes, so I'm gonna use the brushes that I already have. I've got this Morphe sponge, and this is way too dark. It's okay. Oh, it's very nice. And today I've done exactly what I do every single time that I put makeup on. So I've done a quick mask, so my skin is nice and smooth. I prepped it exactly the same as I would do every day. Because I want to give every product like a fair shot. And we drag it on the neck as well. Right, and as I do with every makeup, I leave the base and I'm gonna go into eyebrows and then eyeshadows, and then we'll do the rest of the face. Okay, so the product for the eyebrows that I found, and I never used one, is an eyebrow cushion. So this is from the Pro line, and I'm in the color dark brown. So I'm just gonna dip it in the cushion, and you have a little mirror as well. And I'm getting a little spoolie And I'm gonna brush my eyebrows up, and then I'm just gonna brush down the arch, and I'm gonna fill them in as I would normally fill them in. So I'm gonna define the arch first. I like it. It's nice. And this is very nice color as well. I picked the right color. Because sometimes, like, I got like a deep brown, dark brown or deep brown color, and it always tend to get red on my eyebrows. But this is very nice. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So that was a nice product. And oh, just realized I don't have a product to set them. So to set the eyebrows, I'm just gonna use the same product that I use all the time. As I said, I don't have an eye primer, so I'm gonna get the concealer, which is the same line as the foundation. It's a concealer and define, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on the eyelid, and I'm gonna blend it in with the sponge. I'm gonna get the palette that I bought a while ago, but I never used it, and it's from the Pro line. I'm gonna get I don't know, I think this color, which is called Rebound, and I'm gonna start defining my crease with that one. It's very dusty. And as always, I don't know what is gonna come out of this, because I don't know, I didn't really plan anything. So it's gonna be a surprise for everyone. And this, does this one have a name? It's called Regeneration Revelation. And then to define a bit more the crease, I'm gonna go with this color, Passion, with the same brush. They're very, very dusty, but I don't mind. If they blend nicely, I really do not mind. And I'm gonna go in the crease. For the rest of the lid, I'm gonna use I think I'm gonna use this color, which is called Dominate. I'm gonna put this color that is not very pigmented. Alright. And very, very dusty. There is barely color there. Oh, this is annoying. Right, you know what? We're gonna make these work. I'm gonna get the color, and I'm gonna get the spray, the fixing spray that I got still from them. And it's called All Control Fixing Spray. And I'm gonna spray. And we'll see. Okay, that's a little bit better. And I'm gonna use the same color, but like in this part of the eye, in the inner corner. So I get the product, and I'm gonna spritz the brush. And I'm leaving the middle part of the eye bare because I'm gonna put another color there in the middle. I'm not really liking this. Right, I said we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. And then for the middle part of the eye, I'm gonna take this shade here that is called Breaking Point. So let me try it without. It looks very similar to the one that we put already. Alright, let me try to spritz it. They look very similar. Alright, I'm gonna blend the edges with the same color with the same brush that I use for the transition colors. And then I'm gonna spritz some mist. Oh, now that's a bit better. And I'm gonna put a bit more. I'm gonna take the same M44 that I used earlier, and I'm gonna blend the edges, and then I'm gonna go back in with the brush. It's all about applying and blending, and then applying and blending till you get the intensity that you want. And this is that stage of the makeup where it just looks messy. But then I think the moment we're gonna put the eyeliner, it's gonna look better already. I hope so. Okay, so now we're doing the same thing on the other side. I'm going to take the first brush that we used, and I'm gonna mix the transition colors, and I'm gonna go back in the crease, and I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna do some eyeliner. So I got an eyeliner, a liquid eyeliner, and this is the Liner Revolution. Oh, it's very black, very nice. Okay, let's see how it's gonna work. So as always, I'm gonna do the actual line along the lash line first. Feels weird. And on the other side. So following the lower lash line. Really? Right, so why is it not working anymore? Right, so what happens with this liner is that if you're very delicate on the skin, it's not gonna leave too much pigment. You have to go to press quite a lot, because on my hand it works, but on the eye it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't write on the eyeshadows. That's inconvenient. I really don't know why on the eyelid it doesn't write and it writes on my hand, because here it's just normal and it's quite pigmented, but on the eyelid it doesn't work. What? And you have to press quite hard, but then there's all the like precision going and you risk to ruin your eyeliner. So you have to press, and it's not even coming properly out. Okay, here it kind of worked. It took a bit of work, but I'm gonna use the Epic Ink Liner by NYX to fix the tail of that one. The light here is not really precise because I had to press quite a bit to get the pigment out. I'm not like, the liner turned out quite well, but then to fill in here the tail I had to use another eyeliner because the pigment doesn't come out, and I don't understand if it's because of the eyeshadows and the pigment doesn't deposit properly on the eyeshadows, or I don't know. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do concealer. And this foundation looks quite powdery now. I don't know. I like the coverage. And here where I had a few spots, I'm gonna put some brightening powder, and I'm gonna use the banana powder. I'm gonna get the flat side of the sponge, and I'm gonna set the under eye, and I'm gonna go a bit down because I didn't put a lighter concealer on, and leave a bit of space between the lash line and the powder, so while it's baking I'm gonna put some eyeshadows there, and then when I take everything off I'm gonna put some highlighter in the inner corner. I'm gonna use Unruly, and I'm gonna put it on the lower lash line. And I'm gonna blend it a bit. And then I'll see, because like it might give me the thick eye effect, so I might have to add some black. I'm gonna clean the brush a bit, and I'm gonna take the darkest shade, which is Great Minds, very gently. The mattes look quite pigmented. They're dusty, but they're pigmented and they blend quite well. But the shimmers that I used, they were a bit of a disappointment. I'm gonna put in the inner corner a bit of a highlighter, and I'm gonna use Innovate, spritz a bit. That's better. I'm gonna set the rest of my face, and I'm using this powder from the Revolution Pro line, and it's the loose finishing powder. Now I'm gonna bronze up my face, and I'm using this Vivid Baked Bronzer in Golden Days, and I'm using powder brush. Is it a powder brush? Blush brush by Real Techniques. Okay, we'll try with a bit of a denser brush. I'm using this angled brush by Eco Beauty. It's a small one, and the bristles are a bit more dense, so it should pick up a bit more product. To me, it looks like it did nothing. Okay, a bit on the chin. I don't know, it looks like it's doing nothing. And a bit along the jawline. Moving on, let's try with the blush. So I got these heart blushes, Blushing Hearts Triple Baked Blush, and the color is Candy Queen of Hearts. I'm gonna use a Zipline brush by Real Techniques, and this is how it looks like inside. And I'm gonna mix the three colors. Smile. Like there's no... I don't understand if I'm doing it wrong. I'm really trying, like... I don't like this. It's like a very weird pink that you can't see on my face. It actually makes it turn gray. Like here now I have a sort of a highlighted part, and it shows the texture of my skin like crazy. I feel like this is the best that I can do. Okay, let's try the highlighter. And this is a strobe highlighter in Gold Addict. As I always do, I give the first set to my face. So I'm gonna use the highlighter. It's pretty. I don't feel like it goes very well with the blush. Like I wasn't expecting the blush to have that sort of silver highlighting effect. And I think that with the gold of the actual highlighter, it doesn't go very well. And I feel like all the powders are making my skin look so textured. So I'm gonna put the lipstick from the Pro line. This is a matte finished one. It's pretty. I feel like this makeup took forever. Just the eyes took me so long. I'm gonna use the mascara Revolution, and this is how the brush looks like. Okay, let's see. Now we give the last spritz, last setting. Okay, so this is the makeup I came up with for today. I'm gonna wear it the whole day, and I'm gonna update you at the end of my day. Now I've got no idea what time it is. It's 20 to 1. We'll see at the end of the day how it is, and so I'll see you again a bit later. Bye. Alright, so getting into the products that I use specifically. The primer, I did like it. It smoothed out my skin and it filled in the pores. It's very, very nice. So just as a thing, I did put the makeup at 20 to 1, and then I took it off at 6:30 because the makeup on my eyes felt so heavy, and it was really bothering me, so I had to take it off. Anyway, so the primer, very good. I do recommend it. It's not expensive at all. So, oh, and a little thing, I'm redoing this part of the video because I used my vlog camera to shoot the last bit of the video when I was gonna take off my makeup, but then the quality was very bad, the light wasn't good at all, so I decided to reshoot that part and talk about the products individually anyway, as I did in that video. So yeah, primer recommended. The foundation, very, very nice. I think this is ideal if you have an oily skin because the finish is very, very matte, and it feels a bit powdery on the skin when it dries down. For me, it was good. I have an oily skin, especially in the T-zone, so I did like this foundation. I'm still using it. Then concealer, this is the same line as the foundation, and this is a concealer that I do use on a daily basis because I love it. It doesn't crease, and it lasts the whole day, and it covers up everything, and the shade range is massive. Then the powder, as I said at the beginning, and as you saw in the video probably, it had a lot of flashbacks, so I decided to use it as I normally use my normal powder, which is the collection one, and it's a lot more fine and it melts better into the skin. Now the way that I'm using this one now is just I put a little bit in the lid, and then I swirl in the lid brush, and I'll go a lot more lightly on the skin, so it still keeps my skin matte, but it doesn't create that flashback on my skin. And I do like this powder. I keep reaching for this, and it keeps my face matte for a very, very long time. Now into the palette. So this was I didn't really like it just because I think the mattes are very good. They're a bit dusty, but they're extremely blendable, and they're very pigmented. But the shimmers, they're not. I had to spritz them with the fixing spray to have a bit of a decent payoff on the eyelid, which, like, it was a lot of work in my opinion to reach the result that I got on my eyes. So I will not be reaching for this anymore for the shimmers, but I think the mattes are a very nice quality. The brow cushion, this is another product that I'm using right now. You just have to remember to close this little lid so the product doesn't dry down, and yeah, it's very natural on on the eyebrows. This is a product that I'm still using and is my in my everyday makeup kit. Then the bronzer, for me it wasn't good. Like, I couldn't see any pigment. Again, it was a lot of layers before having a little bit of color that wasn't even that much. Then the highlighter, I liked it. I used it again the day after because I wanted to try on a different foundation. I think it works very nicely on the skin. It doesn't show a lot of texture, and it lasted a pretty, like, almost the whole day, so very nice. The mascara, I didn't really like it. I don't like that it has this like brush. Oh, my phone, sorry. It has this brush that picks up so much product, and when you try to take off most of the product, it's just like the bristles are kind of sticking together, and this is the effect that gives to the lashes. Again, a lot of work in order to apply it without having all of the lashes sticking together, and try to separate them. For me, this one is a pass. It makes the lashes look very black, but again, too much product, and it picks up too much product, and even if you take off the majority of it, you still have a lot of product getting on your lashes, and it makes them stick together, and then you have to stay there and try to separate them. Unless you like that effect, then this mascara is for you. Then the eyeliner, this was a struggle. When I tried to use it on my hand, when I use it on the back of my hand, it just writes normal. The mark is very black, and the black is very rich, but then the moment I try to apply on my lid, it doesn't write. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. If you know if there is a special way to use this liner, then let me know. I feel like you have to press a lot, and you lose the ability of the precision of to be precise, because you just have to press. I don't get it. There's so much product coming out, and then I tried to use it again yesterday, and I had the same problem. I had to reach for another eyeliner because this one wasn't writing on the eyelid. Maybe I just have to let it stay there for a few days and wait for the pigment to come out, or maybe I just got a bad one. I don't know. I'm gonna try it again, because I tried it just 2 times, and twice it just didn't write on my eyelid. But I might go and try to buy a new one and see if I just got a bad pen. Then the lipstick, I did like this. It's very creamy and it's very soft on the lips. It's very comfortable, and it lasted quite a good time. And when it came off, it actually left a little bit of a stain, which was a very natural one because it's a very natural color. The blush for me was a pass because again, I had to go quite a few times in the pan to deposit the color on my face, and then what happened is that here it created a sort of a gray patch, and it showed the texture on my skin quite a lot. The job of the primer and the foundation together, it just disappeared because I had a lot of you could actually see the pores close to my nose, and yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of this blush. Last but not least, the Perfect Spray. I did like this one. It kept my face pretty matte. I've been using it again, and my makeup lasted just as well as when I use my Fix Plus by MAC or the Morphe setting spray. So this is a very nice spray. And that was it for today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Do not forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell down below so you will get notified every time I upload a new video on Wednesday and Saturday. Have a good day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. My account is valet.nina87, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye!